Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the latest update to Google's Gemini AI models, specifically the Antigravity tool, which has seen its usage limits tripled, not once, but twice. Since the new limits were introduced earlier this week, Google I/O has been filled with Gemini-related announcements. But one thing that's got users frustrated is the introduction of compute-based usage limits for its various tools and abilities. However, Google is listening to feedback and has raised those limits for Antigravity. Let's dive in and explore what this means for users. The new usage limits for Gemini models were introduced earlier this week, and users were quick to hit their limits, with some finding they could hit the limits within just an hour of working in Antigravity. This was a drastic change from what was available before, and users were not happy. Google has since raised the Gemini model rate limits for Antigravity by 3x, as well as resetting the weekly quotas for all users. This happened quickly after the new limits were put in place, and tonight, Google has again 3xd usage limits for Gemini models in Antigravity, this time for the weekly quota. In terms of design and build, not much has changed. The update is primarily focused on increasing usage limits and improving performance. The Antigravity tool is still a powerful AI-powered coding tool, but now users can get more out of it without hitting their limits as quickly when it comes to specs and performance. The increased usage limits will likely have a positive impact on user experience, especially for those who are hitting their limits quickly. The higher quotas on Antigravity will help many to continue getting the most out of these tools, but limits will inevitably still have an impact, especially seeing as they're still lower than they were before. New features are also on the way. With Google announcing plenty of Gemini-related updates at Google I/O, we can expect to see more powerful AI tools and abilities in the future, and with the increased usage limits, users will be able to take full advantage of these features. There aren't many rumors or leaks surrounding the Gemini update, but one thing that's clear is that Google is committed to listening to user feedback and making changes to improve the user experience. We can expect to see more updates in the future as Google continues to develop and improve its AI models. The expected release date for the updated Gemini models is now. The updates have already started rolling out to users, and the price will depend on the specific plan you're on, with paid plans seeing their quotas reset for the second time this week. In verdict, the update to Google's Gemini AI models is a positive step forward. The increased usage limits will help users get more out of the Antigravity tool, and the commitment to listening to user feedback is a great sign. However, the limits are still lower than they were before, and users will have to wait and see how the updates impact their experience in the long run. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news and updates, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to turn on notifications, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below.